Sweden and Denmark are two rather amazing countries that are both unique in their own way and have contributed much to the world. And both are a maritime border that are separated between Kattegat and the Baltic Sea. And here on FTD Facts, for fun, we are looking at what would happen if Denmark and Sweden became one nation. Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to FTD Facts, the channel where we talk about people, cultures, and places and countries from all around the world. Now, here on the channel, if you guys really love learning about different cultures, different countries from all over the world, well, you want to hit that subscribe button because that's what we do. As well, here on the channel, we also do country comparison videos where we take one country and put it up against another. But this is a new series for us where we actually take two different countries, put them together, and see what would happen. Now, before I get in this video, just to let you guys know, we take a lot of suggestions from you guys, so don't feel shy to put them down there in the comment section below. And on top of that, I just want to know which one of these two countries is your favorite and why. Let me know down there in the comment section. But let's get rolling and talking about what would happen if Sweden and Denmark actually unified and became one awesome nation. I mean, they're already awesome nations, but you get what I mean. So if we were to take the population of Sweden and Denmark and combine them, they would have a population of 15,120,242 people approximately. And with that, they would rank 73rd in the world, and they would have a combined land size, including all of the regions that Denmark and Sweden owns, of 2,660,705.4 kilometers square. And for that, they would rank about 9th in the world, making them a little bit smaller than Kazakhstan. Now, if we were to combine these two nations when it comes to their GDP, they would jump up being ranked 29th in the world with a GDP purchasing power parity of $807.468 billion, with exports equaling $217.2 billion, ranking 21st in the world, and imports jumping up to $222.8 billion, making them 20th in the world, being slightly above Australia. Now keep in mind, when it comes to these nations, they do a lot of trading back and forth between the two. For example, currently Denmark makes about 9.3 and 8% of refined and crude petroleum from Sweden, and Sweden makes about 8.3% of its exports off of broadcasting equipment and 6.6% off of cars that are going to Denmark. Now, if they were to unify, well, the thing is they wouldn't make taxation off that if they indeed did, but however, they are under the EU, so most likely there's free trade between the two countries. But would it change if these products are bought from either countries? Well, probably not, because they still would be in need. Now, keep in mind, when it comes to these figures, it's hard to say because about $20.4 billion are traded between these two nations. So as of now, it would be pretty much a ballpark figure. As for its military, let's take a quick peek, because its military, for combining these two countries, they would have a military personnel of 119,025 people approximately. Of that, there would be today an active personnel of 42,675 people, and the rest in reserve. Overall, they would have an aircraft strength of 282, they would have approximately 177 combat tanks, and 173 naval assets. So, okay, we've got some logistics of the country, we've got some, their GDP, we got the population, land size, but let's take a look at some culture, sports, and achievements. So when we look at the Olympics, we can say that with these two countries together, they would have a combined total of 864 Olympic medals. And of that, there would be 247 gold medals. And of course, because this would be a new country with maybe a different name or a similar name, those Olympic medals would still count even in previous years if two different countries won. However, when it comes to their total medals, it would put them in 5th, being above France. But as for gold, they would be in 6th, being in between France and Italy. So one thing that would definitely change is how border controls work for both of these nations. For example, the two countries are joined by the famous Öresund Bridge, and of course there would no longer be any border in effect, and people could go across the bridge without being stopped. So currently Denmark has about 13 Nobel laureates, and Sweden has about 31. Now, if you were to take them both into, they would have approximately 44 Nobel laureates. And although Sweden is already sitting at 5th in the world, it would make them definitely come close to 4th, as France currently has about 60 of them. And of course, there'd be a lot of different changes within the country. For example, Denmark handles immigrants differently than Sweden, so a lot of government changes would happen there. As well, you gotta look at education, because their education systems are slightly different within the two nations, and that would change as well. However, overall, I've always kind of wondered what would happen if these two countries actually merged. What would they actually name the country? Would it be something like Swedmark, or would you just simply call it Den? I have no idea. Either way, if we were to go into further detail about what would happen within the country, well, a lot of it would be speculative because, well, there'd be a lot of different changes that would happen within these two countries and their governments. For example, one of the biggest confusions is how they would handle their monarchy, because right now they have the Queen of Denmark being Margaret II of Denmark, and of course Carl Gustaf is the current King of Sweden. So what would happen there, I would have no idea. There'd probably maybe be a fight to the death or something like that. Probably actually not. So what are your thoughts, guys? What do you think would happen if these two countries actually merged? But either way, guys, it was just a fun video to look at these two nations and see what they could bring together. There's a lot of great opportunities if they ever did so. But other than that, my name is Dave Walpole, and you guys have yourself a good one, and we'll see you guys in the next video. So thanks for watching, guys. You made it to the end of an FTD Facts video. Well, okay, listen, if you like learning about Denmark and you want to learn more about Sweden as well, well, here's some playlists for you guys to check out because I think you guys will really like the information that we present to you guys. Don't forget to leave a suggestion, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.